recording. It's on. Yeah, testing. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi, Coffee.
Hi, what's up? We're just gonna get right into it.
What's up, my dude?
What's up, lady? What's up? I usually do like a whole intro, but we're just gonna fucking just jump right into it.
You know how we do it, babe.
Yeah. This is the it's so weird because usually I have the camera above my computer. This is the first time that I'm actually looking into my computer lens. Well, actually, I'm looking at you mostly.
You're looking right into my eyes.
I know, it's like
right there.
We're soul gazing.
Soul gazing.
Soul stare. Actually, there's this. I dated this girl who was really into soul stare. We would like.
No.
Sometimes we'd be a little high. Maybe we don't know.
Oh my god!
It's tough to say.
Perhaps.
But we'd sit Indian style, like face to face. And we just lose each other in each other's eyes, and she'd be like, "We can really enter the depths of each other's souls this way."
Wait. Was she a Pisces?
She was. No, she wasn't. I dated a Pisces. My longest relationship. Well, my second longest relationship. Now my current relationship's my longest relationship, but my second longest one was a Pisces. No, but this girl, she was a Cancer.
You're a Pisces.
I'm a Pisces. Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
I love Pisces.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Wait, you're not a Cancer. What are you?
I'm like mixed up. Like I am a cusp, as they call it, which means like you straddle two signs.
Oh, okay.
You straddle it. Yeah. Oh, so I'm an Aries and I'm a Taurus.
You're an Aries. Now is this like, because doesn't it really matter like what your sun and moon sign are, and then
it does matter. So my son was. So it's basically like when you take a picture of the stars and the sky and the universe. When you were born, this is what was happening at the time. And so for me, I was so close to both, but yet, apparently I'm an Aries.
Aries, you're mostly Aries now.
But that's my son. But you know, I don't know. I guess I have a lot of Taurus attributes that keep me a little. Keeps me grounded. Thank God.
Yeah. What's Aries' deal for those at home that don't know?
Aries. Oh yeah, Aries. Like we're like number one.
This is number one. Wait, is that on the stars? And now you're just saying we're number one. Aries number one. That's all you need to know.
Where do we win? Like this literally is Aries. Like this. Look, see? Like this is
the
Aries.
Horns.
Yeah.
The devil horns.
Yeah.
Aries.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is Aries? Is Aries like the goat or something?
Aries is a ram.
The ram, okay. The goat. Is someone the goat? Is there a sign that's the goat? Aries is the ram.
So the goat is a Capricorn.
Oh, okay. I just made that up. I didn't know goat was even on the.
Yeah, man.
I know I'm a fish.
Yeah, you're a baby little fish.
I'm a fish. I once dated a Leo.
You're like this. Fishers are like this. Like you guys. You're both this. Like you're always doing this at all times.
We're going every which way.
At all times.
Every time I read about Pisces, I'm like, fuck, that's accurate. I don't know if I'm just falling into that or... But yeah, we're a fucked up species. But I dated a Leo, and I read
How did you do that? Like, I didn't even understand how that worked.
But
no way, dude.
Yeah, I read a great description of our relationship. She said the Pisces just wants to swim around and be left to his own devices or his or her own devices, and the Leo's the lion sitting on the rock, batting at the fish, trying to capture the fish in the river.
Totally.
Be like, come here, fish, stop swimming.
Totally.
Just get over it. And then pinning it down and be like, you sit right there, fish.
Yeah.
And
fish.
Fish looking down on me. Yeah. And it kind of accurately described our relationship.
What you guys were doing.
Yeah, was I was like, hey, let's da-da-da, and she's get over here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
she wanted to have me in a headlock with noogies.
Ooh. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
It depends on what you. It depends on what you're into.
Yeah, it depends on what you're into.
But yeah, I'm very like I'm very driven with the Aries, and I have my goals. But then the Taurus makes me really grounded, Mother Earth, and I want to take care of everybody and love everyone.
Oh, so that sounds like a really perfect mix for.
And I like to eat. So
yes. Who doesn't like to eat? I love to eat.
Yeah.
Do you have any dietary restrictions? Do you not eat anything? I'm like been recently a pescatarian.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I really, my thing is I'll eat dinner, and then I will pretty much fast until I get up in the morning. And then when I get up in the morning, I still don't eat because I was never a person that was hungry in the morning. I'm not a breakfast early person eater.
Yeah.
So it'll this is what it
means. I'm an early person eater. Okay, go on. Sorry, I don't know. Go ahead. Early person eater.
Early person eater?
An early person eater. Yeah. Mom, what? Am I an early person eater? Yes, you are.
I'm an early person eater. So, no, but I'm not. And so, usually around 11:30, that's when I finally get my breakfast hunger. And I'm fine. I get a salad and whatever, it is. And apparently that's supposed to be a really good thing, you do intermediate fasts. They're called Yeah, so that's what I do.
I like it.
That's what I do.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad we finally got to connect for this.
I know.
Show. I'm so excited to have you on.
I know.
We've known each other. I don't want to age us, but we've known each other.
Oh, you can age me. I'm totally fine with aging.
We've known each other since the 90s, man.
Absolutely. I'm a 90s kid. I am a Gen X. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my 40s.
Yeah, and let's just put it out there right there.
Of it.
You should be, because let's just face it, Gen X is the best. I'm sorry.
We are the best, dude.
I know World War II gets the moniker of the greatest generation, but we're really the greatest generation. Yeah, Gen X is really the greatest.
Oh my God,
generation.
We're so cool. You know what I love is, I love Gen X, us, right? Yeah. But then I also love Gen Zs right now. Gen Zs.
Yeah, Gen Zs are cool.
The Gen Zs are right after the millennials, okay? So the millennials are kind of like the boomers. And the Gen Zs are kind of like the Gen Xs. Yeah. So I love them. I like what they're doing. I like how creative they are and how they're maneuvering in the world and how they see the world. So it's cool.
I feel like the gap for generations is just too wide, right, baby? What is it, like 15 plus
it's
years?
10 years. Usually around 10, 12 or so years, yeah.
Yeah. What's before us? Baby boomers?
Yeah.
Is that See, I feel like we were fortunate, and I think we've discussed this before because we had the privilege of being growing up in our early years, our early youth in the 80s, and then our later youth, high school and college in the 90s, and that to me is just the best of both worlds.
It's the best. Yeah.
Because we had the best cartoons,
the best toys, Thundercats. Come on, and then everything.
And then in high school and college, we had the best music. I mean, that's you know what I mean? You can't beat grunge, man. You just can't beat grunge.
I mean, I still have my flannel.
Yeah.
I'm in a Blossom dress. That's
a beautiful dress. By the way, I love your hair. Is this a new thing? Is this new since we last FaceTimed?
Oh, yeah. So I keep coloring it.
Yeah.
Because I have not done that for years. No. I've never colored my hair. Believe it or not.
Not just a pandemic thing. You haven't done it for.
I've never done it in my life.
You've never colored your hair. Wow. What made you just fucking YOLO? What made you do this?
No, that's some millennial stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just felt new. I just felt the pandemic and all this stuff that's happening, and people are all angry, and they're oh, masks, and they're oh, and I'm this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm this is the best time. I get to reflect.
Yeah.
And reflect and be quiet and eat and chill out at home. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing. Yeah.
I felt you know what? I'm gonna color my hair. You know,
I love it.
That's what I did.
Yeah. Have you gone out? Have you gone out with that? When I say gone out, have you done? For those at home that don't know, gone out. Yvette
Gone
is
out.
is a very talented. I've skipped the entire introduction. I was just so excited to talk with you. Hey guys, welcome to the Let's Hug It Out podcast. Halfway through the show.
Hug it out.
We're 10 minutes into Hug It Out. This is the very talented and brilliant actress, writer, and producer, Yvette Saunders. Yvette Saunders, everybody. Shout out to my editor who's watching this. Say hi, Brenna. Hi, Brenna.
Hi, Brenna.
She's a very talented editor and filmmaker who has to listen to a lot of my stupidity. But yeah, have you gone out? Have you auditioned with this new hair yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
So I'm doing this indie film where I play a bass player.
Oh. I was about to do the dumbest follow-up question. I was like, in a band? But obviously, and I called myself out because whenever I have a stupid thought, sometimes I have to call myself out.
Yes, in a band.
In a band? What else? Where else would the bass? That would be the worst band ever if you were like, all you did was you were just a bass player and that was your solo act and you did nothing else. You didn't have a singer or any backup band, or you weren't in a jazz band. You just went up there and played bass. Yeah, I mean, maybe that would be really cool. Who knows? I don't know.
I can make it work. But listen, I'm doing an indie film which I'm very excited about, and it's about like a 70s group.
Cool.
And I am the bass player, and I'm playing around with the look. It's 70s, so I'll probably have an afro or something, maybe, possibly. Yeah. But I've been learning, and I've been really.
You've been learning bass?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I feel so good about it. I'm like, this is the instrument that I always should have played.
Yeah. Slapping the bass, right? Isn't that what they call it? Slapping the bass?
Yeah, you can slap it, you can pick it, you can do all sorts of things with it.
Wait, do bass players do bass players hold a pick? Or do they mostly strum, right? They do this. Are you fast? Are you like? Because I feel like my fingers are not fast.
I'm learning. So I learned with a really amazing girl. Her name is Erica Shaw.
Okay.
And she's a badass bass chick.
Yeah.
also
Bass chick.
with my yeah, man, she's great. And also with that's a good name. And also with Riley and they're just great people that I've been able to kind of explore the bass with. And luckily I'm around musicians and people that are amazing. So like I always get around comedians and musicians. They are always around my life.
That means they're your people and you're their people.
They're my people. Yeah. They're my people. Yeah. And music is literally my first love because I played the sax and I played the flute like forever. And so I still play to this day.
Do you another stupid follow-up question, do you read music?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I know some musicians
I read music for my instruments that I know how to play. Right. And now with the bass, it's new to me. So like I've just been I realized I'm like I've been a bass chick this whole time. Like I'm like when I was a kid, I would always listen to the bass and I would always say, oh my God, I love that. Those were the first things I heard. And so, I'm getting, Jamiroquai or like, it's like, Motown or whatever it is. Like I've just been immersing myself into that bass, man.
I feel like I feel like bassists are the unsung heroes of bands, and they don't get the credit. Everyone pays attention, obviously, to the lead singer and then the lead guitarist, and then drummers get a lot of spotlight. I'm like drummers who are better than drummers. I'm like doing the
man.
But drummers.
Drummers are the best, man. The drum and the bass are like.
Yeah, they're simpatico. Bassists are such an important part of the band. Because the drummer and the bass, you're just like you said, it's a reciprocal relationship. They need each other.
It's like a call and response relationship, right? And everything, and they can live within the melody of the music, and it's just so beautiful, and I love it. Music is my first love. I mean, that, and out of music was dance, and then eventually acting, and I even before because you and I both went to NYU for drama.
Yep.
And initially I was thinking about going into musical theater.
Oh, okay. Were you in that studio for freshman year?
No, I wasn't. I was like, you know what? I'm deciding to go with drama. I think it's a much more it's more diverse.
Forgive me for forgetting this. Were you in Atlantic all 3 years, or were you?
Yeah, I was the whole time Atlantic Theater.
Did you do the third year, or did you just do 2 year?
I did a third year.
Third year, okay, yeah, I did the third year as well, okay. Yeah, and then fourth year I did the Stone Street Film and Television
Studio. I did Stone Street!
Hey, we followed the same trajectory. I love it. Woohoo! Stone Street! Shout out to Stone Street! And Atlantic Theater Company.
Atlantic Theater Company, dude. You know, William H. Macy, everybody up in there.
Shout out to Mammoth, dude. Kevin Manhan,
dude.
Clark Gregg, Felicity Huffman.
Yeah.
And a lot of talent comes out of Atlantic. A lot of talent comes out of Atlantic.
A lot of talent. Yeah.
And it's, I mean, to me, not to brag or anything, but I feel like Atlantic Theater was just the best studio period.
It really was.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it was the most, New York City.
Oh man, we had it good.
Dude. And we were in the the late 90s.
Yeah. And it was just on the cusp of the end of the club kid scene.
Oh my God, such a great time.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you know the whole story, not to go into the whole party monster element. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
Remember Tunnel and Limelight and Palladium and Club USA?
Yes.
We won't go into those stories. But Michael Ollie, remember? Yeah, I remember Michael Ollie, who was like the head, who was like the pioneer of all those things, of the club kid movement. He recently passed away, which is crazy.
I might.
He was portrayed by Macaulay Culkin,
right?
And Seth Green played James St. James in the movie Party Monster. The documentary is also really, really great.
Okay, I haven't seen the documentary.
Yeah, it's anyway, interesting story. I won't go into a whole Party Monster tangent, but we had all that in New York.
The fuzzy walls.
Yeah, and New York in the 90s, man. It was
the best
time.
For
me, it was the greatest. And going back to the flannel, I feel like that was the peak. That was the peak of my fashion. You know, my fashion peak was when I got to wear flannel around my waist. That's when I was like, I knew how to dress. I just understood.
Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan, originally.
That's where you're from originally. Okay.
I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's a college town, University of Michigan. Go blue forever. Sorry, Woo-hoo. That's what's gonna happen.
There you go.
And that's what happened. I was in band. I played the flute in band.
Yeah.
In marching band.
Oh, you were in a marching band.
I was in marching band. I had the weird hats and the whole outfit.
And the suit.
And then
perfect alignment.
Yes, of course. And then underneath, I had a cheerleading outfit. Just underneath. Because I was a cheerleader and a band person. And so we would play Smells Like Teen Spirit. Come on.
That's amazing. I would love. God, do you have old school recordings of these?
I'm sure it's out there.
That sounds fabulous. Oh my gosh,
it was fantastic. It was great. Yeah. And then we were done, and then I would peel off my hat and clothes, and I had my cheerleading outfit on, and I would start doing woo, yeah,
yeah. That's fantastic.
So that's literally me at all times. I'm always an octopus doing things at all times. That it will not change. I think who you are is who you are from the beginning. You know.
I mean, you can evolve and you can improve.
Of course.
But your base element will always be there.
I feel that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Which let me segue us into our topic of the day. Because otherwise, you and I will just gab. We'll just gab. We have the gift of gab. Yeah, do people still say that? Oh, he or she, they've got the gift of gab.
The gift
do they say that
of
anymore?
Gab. Yeah. You know how we're going to bring things like swell back?
Swell. I say swell. Oh, that sounds swell.
That's
gosh.
Swell.
I also say gosh.
Gosh.
But I'll say cocksucking
swell.
motherfucker to follow it up. Gosh, he's being a real fucking motherfucker.
Well, that's swell for you to say that.
Yeah, that is swell. Yeah, he's not being swell at all. All right, let's get into our jam here. By the way, you look fabulous. I just want, for those who are listening, trust me, she looks fabulous. For those who are watching, you can see for yourself the fabulous and talented Yvette Saunders, everybody, who's a very talented actress, writer, and producer. And it's going to lead us into the topic of the day, 20 minutes into the fucking podcast. But hey, that's the way it gotta go.
That's how we do.
And the topic is longevity in the arts. You know, what does it take to be an artist today? What does that even mean?
That's really
content
interesting.
versus art. Lots of content creators are out there, but are they artists? All
no,
that jazz.
longevity. I like that.
Longevity in the arts.
It's well, first of all, when you say that, I mean the thing that I think of is you have to love what you do. First and foremost.
Yes.
You have to love what you do, because this is not an easy business at all.
Yes.
Everyone says that, like, you know, you go to like art school or theater school or whatever it is, and they're like, don't do it if, you know, like, but it's not easy, and it's competitive, and it's just really tough. So you have to love the actual thing you're doing in order to have longevity in it. I mean, simply,
you have to need to do it.
I mean, like Cicely Tyson just passed away. Happy Black History Month, by the way.
Yes.
She passed away, and she is someone that I think epitomizes longevity. Whether you really know who she is or not, you can always go back.
How old was she? How old was she when she's passed? This was last week, or was this a few days ago? This was fairly recently.
Like a week or so ago, at this time. Gosh,
it'll be even longer when this comes out.
I think she was like 70 something.
I could look
it up.
I don't have a producer, so I'm just going to look it up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, you know, we're saying that we don't absolutely know, so like, you know, people can tell us if they want, but but yeah, I mean, she was very important to me, at least.
Well, no, she was
76.
No, she was older than that. My goodness,
she was. How old is she?
She was born in 24, so she would be 97.
Oh wow! Okay, I didn't know it was a. Wow.
She was born in 1924. God bless her. My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, so she's been around.
I feel really bad about that I didn't know her.
No, don't feel bad at all. You shouldn't. Yeah, excuse me. It says right here, age 96. My gosh, 96. So she's been.
But I knew
through,
that, but like I forgot.
I mean, think about what she's lived through and what she has seen being born in that time.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
amazing.
As a black woman, come on.
Yes.
So I had a lucky opportunity to sit right next to her. I was doing a Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, like crossover episode.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was in it because she was kind of like a recurring role in it. And I remember just sitting, and she was to the left. Kerry Washington was right there.
Oh.
And then Viola Davis was in front of me. I was like,
oh my gosh. Epic powerhouses. Look at that. Legends.
I was like, can I just hold your hands? Would that be weird? Like, can I just do a group hug really quick? Like, no, but I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything, but yeah. So that was my memory. And so I'm just saying, longevity, I feel, is something that, like, as she always says, is something that you have to love, and that she became the character. She became what, you know, she was a very shy person, so for some reason she was able to be fully expansive in characters.
I feel that from,
you know.
Yeah. I feel that being an actor, I'm comfortable in social situations, but there's sometimes, but I've always had that feeling, besides imposter syndrome, that I don't really fit in anywhere, that I don't really belong anywhere. That
I say that all the time. I say that all. I don't belong anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm part of this group. I never feel like I'm part of I feel like I'm always on the outside looking in. I feel that in most situations. Yeah. And acting is the one time where I'm like that aspect of it doesn't matter to me
I
at
think
all.
she was a Pisces too, so you.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, I believe so. So there's that depth there, perhaps.
Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah. Well, I can go back to. She was born in. Was she born December? No, I don't know.
She was.
I don't know what sign is December. I just looked it up.
Oh, December. She might have been either a Capricorn or.
Yeah.
Something. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
But anyway, you have to. Yeah, but I read this excerpt with Eric Bogosian, is a fabulous actor and playwright, as you know.
Yes.
And he wrote in this excerpt at the beginning of one of his books. He's like, I love to act, but I need to write. And I feel like you need to have that same conviction, that same need to last and to find your why. Because otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? Because not everyone is going to get the the Tom Cruise status, and you have to really love what you're doing and the why of what you're doing. For me, I need to. I'm always, even if I take a slight break from it, I'm always drawn back to it. That's why this last year I was like, you know what, I need to delve back in, and I was fortunate enough I was able to get a new agent and manager, and I was able to be like, I need to give this a whole, I need to put myself into it because I was too far away from it. And,
sometimes you do have to be a little further away. You sometimes have to step back and say, who am I again? You know what I mean? Exactly. And then you're like, it's this, and then you go back into it, and that's what I felt like with this, with the pandemic and the COVID and the whole thing that's been happening since last year. Mm-hmm. For me, I just made it about, kind of having inner reflection, really having that time to listen to my own voice.
Yes.
For real.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also kind of rediscover the things that I always wanted to do, always thought of to do, but never really got a chance to do. And saying, hey, that might be really cool to look at too. I first of all, I will always be an actor till I literally consider myself like a Betty White. I will always be an actor till I'm done. Yes. Yes. I will always do it in some capacity, some form, and because I know it's what I love to do. I also love directing. I also love I love it, and I love
directing is fun.
Yeah, and casting and finding people and kind of seeing who what they're really good at and kind of shining a light on that. I love shining a light on people's gifts. Yeah. So that that's something I feel is in my direct future. I'll just say. Yes. And we're all more than just one thing. Even as actors, we're more than just one thing. So I feel like longevity within being an actor or an artist, just in general, is something that is a journey that you just continue to go until the end of your life. There's no question about it. It's you're gonna, so these days there's Snapchat and whatever. I'm dating myself like I'm an old lady, but
there's Snapchat, Snapface,
the Snapface, the Snap
Instabook.
No, but the tickety talks.
Tickety talk.
But no, I think it's great. I love it. I've been lucky enough to work with some like I said, Gen Zs and which are kind of our Gen X's, and they're just so talented. I love it. I love seeing it. So I think that's, for me, part of my longevity is to see the talent and gifts of others in generations to come, as well as also just doing what you love. I never set out to be I want to be A-list Hollywood. Like, I literally never set out to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to continue to work in an industry where, like, I'm known enough where people like are like, okay, she has a resume, she works, she's been in the latest Grays, or she's been in the latest this or that, you know. And that's fine, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, but my ultimate dream, and maybe I'll just put it out there right now. My ultimate dream is to be the Black Gillian Anderson.
Oh, Gillian Anderson from X-Files. Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
Wow. And then she later on did a God, what's that great show? She plays a detective. I'm gonna have to look it up. The Fall. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Yes. Of course I know. And I'm sure she's known for more than those two roles.
And she's also been in The Queen as Thatcher. She's like,
okay, so I just started The Queen. I just got in.
Okay, well, that's fine, but she's Thatcher, and that's fine. You can know that.
Yes.
I'm not spoiling it for you.
Yeah.
But she...
And like, so would you say she's your biggest idol as far as actors are concerned?
Yeah. Right
and
now.
Why so?
Why? Because I want to be the black actress from America that goes to England and does their parts.
Oh, instead of the other way around, because they're always coming here and putting on the American accents.
But I've been saying this for years, though. I've been saying this for over 10 years. So it's not like something new, you know, like I've been obsessed about it. Like, I just have to find the right, like, people. Like, if there's an Asian out there, like, just let me know. Like, we'll talk.
She's American. So she's American?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea, because when I saw The Fall, I was like, oh, I didn't know she was English, but she's fucking American. That's crazy.
And she's fucking brilliant in it.
She's so good in it.
She's so
fantastic
good.
Show. That's a great show.
It's one of my favorite. It's dark. I love it.
Yes. I love that. See, you have to have those. I'm a big believer. I think you have to have those intentions. You have to put it out there. You have to say it out loud. You have to kind of have a specific career concept, or at least idea of what you want to sort of strive for, so you make the moves to move in that direction.
Right. Yeah,
I know I struggle with that. I feel like I get sidestepped mostly by myself into like, oh, I feel like I'm doing too much of this other thing or too much of that thing. But I do know that I always feel best when I'm creating and doing and moving towards something that has to do with making something out of nothing. And when I'm not doing that, I'm in a miserable dark hole of an abyss, of which I can see no light. But when I am doing stuff like, you know, like last weekend I directed this it's true though. Hey man, you know, depression is fun. But when I popping pills, no, it's give me. What is happening here? But last weekend I directed this short that, you know, it's the first time directing something that I haven't written myself. And to me, it's like going back to the directing thing. It's like a jigsaw puzzle and putting all the pieces together. And I loved it. I really loved the experience. And obviously working with an amazing team and actors and crew and producers was and we were a small unit, very safe, COVID safe. Obviously all that helps, but I loved it, and I felt so good. I came back, drove back, and felt so great. And then, you know, get thrown in a couple self-tape auditions in there. I'm like, oh, I get to do stuff, and then this, of course, you know, is a creative outlet. So as long as I'm doing, then I'm okay, and therefore it goes back to that need.
You're doing the things that. Yeah. When you finish it, you feel good. That's the whole point. Like, when you're done, like, I can't tell you how many times where, like, you know, I'm on set for this or that, whatever, and it's maybe, you know, it's the whole day, right? It's long hours, but, like, then when you're done and you're like, oh my God, I want to go home. But then when it's finally finished, you're like, I just want to stay here, you guys. Can we just, like, do an overnight? Like, can we just, like, can we do, like, a little campfire on the studio? Can we just,
that's so true, though. Isn't it kind of sad sometimes after when a set
you're like,
shoot is
I
done?
don't want to leave.
Right. You're like, are we all best friends and family now? Where are you going?
Where are you going now? Yeah, I know. Yeah. So it's it's a wonderful feeling. So you know, I you know, one of my regrets, not regret. I don't really regret anything, but I'd say the only thing that I wasn't able to do, that I've accomplished most of my goals and certain shows and stuff, but the one show I really wanted to do was The Walking Dead.
Oh, is that now? Forgive me, I don't know.
Never got to do it.
Is that Dunsky or is that still going on? Fear of the Walking Dead is going on, right?
Yeah, there's so many different like versions that are happening simultaneously, but the original The Walking Dead is one of my absolute favorite series of all times.
Yes,
probably.
You would have been fantastic on that show.
I think so. And I have to say,
you would have been great.
I feel, yeah, but you know, I just didn't have the right kind of contact or agents at the time to like, you know, get me in there to audition, but it's okay. But I still love the show, and I still like, I'm obsessed, and I still watch it like to this day. But it's the original, man. Like, it's so good. It's so well done. The characters are so beautiful.
That initial showrunner was Frank Darabont, right? Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, and then what's her name? Karen. I can't pronounce her last name, but she's a producer on it, and it's just like the subject matter. Like it's relevant to today. Like if you haven't seen it, I always make a joke like, "Oh, that's how it started with The Walking Dead, the COVID."
Hey man, there's a lot of parallels right there. You know, the thing about The Walking Dead is
it started with the COVID. That's how it all started. That's my.
And even with these horrible creatures and monsters running all around, still human beings are still the worst of it.
That's the thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people that haven't seen it, like, think, oh, it's so gory and it's just about like monsters. I'm like, no, it's actually about family. It's about your family's not necessarily blood. Your family is people that are there for you, that have courage. Like, and it's about, you know, love. It's about more of the human experience than it is about the monsters. Like, everyone, you know what I mean? Like, but then it's just fantastic. It's a really well done thing.
You would have done great on the show. Well, maybe we can do one of their spin-offs.
Maybe if they're looking again. I'm available.
You'd be great. So. Well, hopefully a CD is listening to this and they're like, God damn, I'm going to get her on. Let's fast track her.
Yeah, you never know. I'm putting it all out there.
I love that. You got to put it out. I love that. Now, going back real quick to social, do you fuck with TikTok or Instagram?
Okay, the only way I fuck with TikTok is the dance videos.
Do you do them yourself, or you watch them? Do you consume, or do you create on it?
I consume.
You consume, okay.
I love it.
And you're into the dance videos.
I was a dancer first and foremost before an actor. Right. So I used to choreograph and stuff, and I did choreograph for Diana Ross. Like, I did her tour.
Wait, what? You choreographed for Diana Ross?
Yeah, for
that's
her Love
insane.
Speaking tour. Yeah, and that's how I got to meet Oprah and do her show and stuff. So that was like right after NYU. Like when I moved to LA. What? Yeah.
And so you've met Oprah. You've worked with.
I did. It was one of those things. I held Oprah's hand and Diana Ross's hand, and we were standing up on stage. I was like, trifecta, fuse me.
Oh my. Oh my God!
And lift off.
I mean, Oprah is essentially
and this
one of the most.
This was when, like, you know, it was like Oprah was crying all the time, and like, you know, you get me. I'm on it. It's the Diana Ross episode where, like, the time they show me, I'm like.
Is she? Can you say that she's got to be, like, as far as like most successful TV personalities of all time, she's got to be
absolutely
either number one or in the top three.
Well, you know, her I think her mentor and friend was Phil Donahue.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think they dated, actually.
I remember Donahue growing up, of course. I remember, you know.
I was on an episode of Donahue.
Wait, what?
No, listen.
For what?
I was asking a question for Queen, the one where they're all drag queens of the Queen of the Desert. What was it?
With no, not okay. Because there were two movies that came out at the same time.
The first one though.
The Australian made one.
Yeah.
With
Hottie McHotpants. Yeah.
I'm typing in Australian.
Look it up.
Drag queen movie. It was called Queen of the Desert.
Queen of the Desert. Yeah. Priscilla or Priscilla.
Oh, Priscilla. Queen of the Desert. Priscilla, yes. Queen of the Desert, right?
Yes.
The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert from 1994. Yes. That's right.
Yes.
And that is Hugo Weaving is in that. And so is Terrence Oh my God, listen to this cast. I didn't even remember these guys were the guys in it.
It's brilliant.
It's Hugo Weaving, Guy Pearce, and fucking Terrence Stamp. What a combo. Because, around the same time, because all movies ideas always come out at the same time. Just like when Dante's, what is it, Dante's Peak and Volcano came out at the same time. Or Deep Impact and Armageddon came out at the same time. Anyway, this, and there was another movie, To Wong Fu, Thanks for the right? Isn't that with Patrick Swayze?
Thanks for everything. Yeah. Julie Newmar. Julie Newmar.
That's what it is.
To Julie Newmar. To Wong Fu, thanks for everything.
Yeah, who was that besides Patrick Swayze? Who was
John Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo. That's right.
Remember he did his show at Atlantic Theater. He was doing the clown one. He was doing the clown one. And we all got to well, at least I remember we got to check him out like doing his rehearsals and stuff.
Oh, Wesley Snipes was in this film as well.
Come on. Wesley.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, Wesley Snipes was done dirty. Okay, yeah, whatever. He had to go to jail for like some tax bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Do we see the corruption these days that like people get away with?
God.
Like, for him to like have to go through that is just bullshit to me. First of all, and then second of all, he's a brilliant actor. Okay, dude. And like and I'm really happy that like Eddie Murphy, for example, when he did the Netflix series, included him, and he was hilarious in it.
Is this the guy. This isn't Dolomite, is it?
Yes.
That is for those who have not seen that, watch that tonight if you have Netflix.
Please watch it.
That is a fantastic, fucking amazing,ly hilarious film.
It's hilarious. And he
was so good
in it.
Yeah,
he was so good in it. He was hilarious. And I'm like, he's a funny actor. Like,
he's a great actor.
No one saw him that way because he was like Blade Runner. Well,
no. But remember, he started off in Major League. He actually, before like he did New Jack City and did Blade and all that. He did do Major League, so I can see him as a comedic actor for sure.
I always saw that, but I'm just really glad that like he's back and like and now he's in Coming to America that's about to come out too.
Yes, which I really hope they don't screw up too much because I love that movie so much.
At
the very least, it's going to be fun
for that. No, I think it'll be good. From what I've seen, it looks great. I think it's going to be perfect. I really do.
Is Coming to America, is that Eddie Murphy's best? Is that him in his prime? Is that his absolute best?
I kind of think
it's got to be,
like
right?
That and or
Beverly Hills. I guess.
Yeah, his action films, like he did it all.
Yeah,
it's hard to say what his best was.
That's true. Trading Places is also really fantastic. He's amazing in that.
That was right after Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
So. He's just had a really beautiful, career that has expanded in many different areas.
And he looks great.
He looks fantastic. He's like 20 kids.
Yeah.
So.
He's the best. I love Eddie Murphy. Who doesn't love Eddie Murphy? Anyway, getting back to the Priscilla, you were going to story before we went off on this tangent. Let me help bring us back.
That's very normal for me.
Normal for me. So we're probably never going to get back on topic. But you were telling me about the Phil Donahue. You were telling me about the Phil Donahue show. And
I just asked a question. That's all I did. I was like, it was my
you weren't featured. You weren't one of like the fucking guests up there.
Oh no, of course not. I was just I was like a little young, just visiting New York City for the first time, like thinking about maybe going to NYU.
Yeah.
And then I was.
So this is high school, okay? So this is like 93.
So I was like really into Guy Pearce, and then I was like. I was like, so I'm just wondering.
So they're all up. Guy Pearce is a hot dude.
And I asked Guy Pearce, I'm just wondering, like, what was your process? Like, it was so dumb.
Oh my god! And what did he say? Do you remember? What did he? What did
I don't even remember. Like, but I'm sure it's out there. I haven't been able to find it.
He seems to me like strikes me as one of those guys that's probably very proper with the way.
No, he was really cool. He was very nice. Like I was really surprised how like kind he was, like to even like care about my question, you know, at the time. You know? Yeah, and I think he's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, just these random things. I mean, you know.
So getting back real quick to the social thing. So you consume, but you don't focus on the creation so much with Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. Do you feel that's a necessary tool as an actor?
I think it is. I think these days, I think it is very necessary. I think it's moving at the speed of light. Everything's changing at all times. I really love Instagram. Like I know there's TikTok. I know there's all these other avenues and it's going to continue to like change like a Rubik's cube of like what's the new thing, you know. I think it is very relevant to stay on top of that. I mean, no matter what age you are, like know what's happening, you know, like you don't have to partake in the way that the younger kids are doing if you're older, you know, like you can still understand what's happening so that you understand like, oh wait, there's an award ceremony for TikTok now, like, you know what I mean? Like so crazy. You can get so I mean, just try to stay current, I would say. And for me, what I've done through this whole time, I mean, you know, like we've gone through, like we went from like the 90s into 2000s. And so I think for me, I like staying current. I like to know what's going on. I'm always curious. I'm always like, oh, what's that? What's that? You know, like, and not feeling pressure that I have to do something in some particular way, you know.
When is the last time you've done, because you're like me, now I haven't done theater in a very long time, but do you miss that? I know you work a lot in film and TV, but do you miss theater?
Oh my God, theater is like everything, you know. The last theater thing I did was a one-woman show called The Notorious Moms, and where I played Moms Mabley, you know, a historically famous comedian that was born in the 20s, and then you know, had a really amazing story, tragic but amazing and funny, and I just
you wrote and starred in this one woman show.
I wrote it, and she came to me in a dream and said, "Bitch, you're gonna play me." Like that's literally what she said to me, and that's how I feel like she would have talked. And I was like, okay, and I was obsessed. Like I had to write about her just so people know who she was, whether or not, and it wasn't about me up there mimicking who she was, although I did a lot of her stand-up. It was more about a story about a girl that has a supernatural experience where in the radio she gets communication from Moms Mabley from the, you know, in heaven or wherever she is. Because the girl is about to commit suicide. Wow. Because she had a really traumatic rape and all these things that happened, and then she's saved by this comedian that comes to her, and she's like, "Oh, honey, this is the last thing I need to do." Like you have, if you don't know Moms Mabley, she is. I mean.
And what was your process? Because you know that's one thing that's you mentioned the word regrets earlier. That's one thing that I've never done that I always wanted to do. And when I moved out to LA, I set out to do it, and it just never happened.
You can do it at any time. You can do it at any time. Like
I've always wanted to do a one-person show. What was the process like? What was the process like?
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Is that your phone ring?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that the beginning of a TV show from like 1950s? What is that?
It's Peter and the Wolf. Do you know Peter and the Wolf?
I know Peter and the Wolf. Is that not a Disney cartoon?
No. It's actually
it was made into a Disney cartoon.
It's for children. Perhaps it was, but I'm saying that the original is like it's British and it's like it's to teach kids music. Actually, it's it's all about the instrument. So each character has an instrument that sounds like the character, and so the cat is the oboe. And, the flute is the bird, and Peter is the strings, and the wolf is, like, this really kind of ominous string, kind of dark sound. The grandpa, so it's, because I was a music geek, so, I started music since I was, 7, so it was one of those things I've never forgotten. It's one of my favorite pieces. And stories. And I'm literally about to get David Bowie doing it.
Is that something that your parents got you into, or did you have?
No, it was all me. It was all me. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things. I'm sure you can relate. Where you just, it's like, it's in my blood. Like my mom's. So my mom's dad, my grandfather, he had 6 brothers. So there was 7 brothers, and they would play Duke Ellington with Duke Ellington and stuff. They would play jazz. So it's kind of in my blood, music. And it's just and so my mom never. I mean, I think she sang and stuff, but she never pursued it. But
right.
That's how she met my dad, and then he was in a doo-wop group, and
that's amazing. He was in a doo-wop group.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's in your blood.
It's in my blood, and so I can't help it. I love music so much.
Yes, I'm with you right there.
To me,
music movies. That's everything for me. I mean, that's. That just I love it so much. I'm pop culture.
But I mean, come on. I mean, look it up. David Bowie narrating Peter and the Wolf.
I'm gonna check that out.
I'm gonna
write it in here so I have it. I have it ready to go.
I'm waiting for it to come in the mail, pretty much right now on record, because I'm into records. So.
Oh, here it is. David Bowie narrates Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf. Yeah, see, there was a Disney version of this. Okay, I'm not crazy.
I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you saw it.
Yep, see, there it is. David Bowie narrates Disney's Peter and the Wolf. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, good. For a moment, I was like,
Disney came later. Disney came later.
No, of course. Well, Disney always takes that right, because I mean, Cinderella, all that stuff. Was not Alice in Wonderland, obviously.
Ooh, I like your microphone, by the way.
You like? Thank you.
Yeah,
this is nice. The blue Yeti. Thank you. This is the anniversary edition that I got back. Thank you. I like
very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. You do accents or accents your thing?
Well, I've done Southern, and I did the Selena. There was a Selena series where I played her teacher.
Oh, okay.
So I did. Yeah, it just came out. 2021.
Did you play Hispanic, or what did you have to?
No, I was just. Who knew what I was? I had horrible hot hair. Yeah. And I just didn't think she was good. And why is she leaving class all the time? I didn't like it. And her dad didn't like me, questioning that. Yeah. So, that was
how deep do you go into a role? For me as an actor, it's always about, I read the thing, and sometimes I'm just like, oh, I get it. And it's instant, almost okay.
Right.
I get
it. Just reaches you.
And then there's sometimes when I'm like, "Fuck, I don't get this at all."
What the fuck is this? Yeah.
And I have to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And obviously, when if you do a feature versus a smaller role, you have to do a lot more work.
Oh, another hero is Cate Blanchett of mine.
I fucking love Cate Blanchett. She's one of my favorite actors ever. I love her. I think she's extremely talented, extremely amazing. Gorgeous.
Yes.
And
one thing she says she likes to do the things that makes her nervous. Where she's Yeah, that's what she says.
Yeah.
And then she knows, she's like, I have to do this. This is really gonna like really make me scared.
Do you like
to? I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. Do you like to? Because I like to play. No matter what I do, no matter what audition or what role I end up playing, I'm always doing a slight character or an exaggerated version of me. But I'm never me, and that's what I love about acting, because I get to not be me as much as I love me. I do love me. I love me very much. But,
you should.
But thank you. But I always do a little bit of character, because I lean towards character acting.
Right.
What about you? Because there's some actors that are much more like themselves in every role and just do what's necessary for the meat of the role. And then there's some characters that step into stuff.
I don't know what it is, but like I said before, like I'm always surrounded by comedians, or like I did a series called In Transition with Margaret Cho.
Oh my gosh! And you've worked with so many goddamn legends. Go on, please.
Well, it's amazing. Look it up, In Transition, but it's hilarious because I'm with Margaret Cho, and then there's this little person named Selena, and she is a small person comedian, you know. Oh, Selene. I'm sorry. And so you have this just weird, like you have this like Korean girl, and then you have a black girl, and then you have this small person that's like Latina, you know, like it's so it's very awkward and amazing. We play like we were we just got out of jail, and we're in one of those transition places, you know, transitional homes.
Okay, and that's what they're called, transitional homes?
Yeah, like, you know, when you get out and you're trying to like get your life on track and the whole thing.
But I mean, obviously, with your parole officer and get a job.
All of that, but you're living, you know, in like kind of this dormitory kind of style situation, apparently. So, you know, me and Selene was already there, and we were waiting for Margaret, who just literally got out. And, but she's up to no good still. She's up to no good still. And like, she's trying to get money. And then, what's her name is in it? You know, who was in Borat? Lunel. Do you know the comedian Lunel?
I don't.
She's black. She has short blonde, cropped hair, and she's a big girl. You know, full figure.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
And she was naked in Borat. She was naked in Borat.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes.
She was the prostitute or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
I know who you're talking about.
So she's in it, and I'm like, I call her out because like in the series, she's like kind of like a Martha Stewart, like she, you know, like she was in jail, but like she totally like, so I was the one that like saved her butt, like, so nobody touched her. Yeah. You
didn't let her get fucked with.
I was that one. So like, but it was us three. It's really fun.
So you were a tough girl in that.
Yeah, well, I made her, and it was fun. I made her like you know, like Left Eye from you know, the girl group.
TLC.
TLC, like
don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and banks that you're used to.
Yeah, so I was like Left Eye with a little bit of Betty White from Golden Girls.
Oh, what a combo!
So I decided to kind of infuse those together.
Yeah.
So she was kind of, but then she was a little ghetto, but she had her gold tooth, and you know, but she was a little innocent. Yeah. You know, like she you know, like she was, you know, Betty White, you know, in the Golden Girls, but she was a little like,
but also a tough woman that would fucking throw down and kick your ass if need be.
If she needs to. But, you know, her eyes are a little crazy, you know, like.
Yeah. What's her name? What's her name from TLC? Left Eye Lisa.
Left Eye. Lisa Lopez.
Lopez, right? Left Eye Lisa Lopez, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I love No Scrubs and I love Waterfalls. Those are both two fucking.
As and you should.
I can say, I can literally just call it out. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and banks that you're used to. I know you're going to have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. So
you're moving too fast. Moving too fast. Yeah. Don't you miss karaoke?
Yes. Oh my, I mean, that's That's one. In order to go of things that I miss the most with the pandemic, it goes movie theaters are number one. I miss going. I miss going to the movies more than fucking anything. Concerts are pretty close.
I do miss
second,
that too. You know, like some live bands, man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but karaoke, I mean, it's just so much fun. Just to go out there and put yourself out there. You don't have to be
friends and just have fun, you know. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Music's everything.
Yeah. Do you have any go-to karaoke songs, or do you just do whatever?
Of course.
Who am I talking to? Even, of course you do. What are some of your go-to karaoke songs? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Little 4 non-blondes. What's up?
Oh, and I'll say, hey, wow, you go hard. That's.
Oh my God, do it.
I'm praying for thing and a revolution. Holy shit.
Yeah. And oh my God. Yeah.
She's got an insane vocal range, dude. She goes up, she goes so down. Good. Yeah, she goes from all the way alto to bass and in the drop of a hat, no problem. Zero issues.
It's zero issues, totally. Zero issues.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. You think when they wrote that, they recorded that? Yeah, you think when they recorded that, they knew they're like, hey guys, this song's gonna live in infamy, and people are gonna sing this.
It's the best song. Like it just epitomizes, like just like we're saying, Gen X, our time, like that so whole 90s. Time. And it's just like
that's early 90s,
flannel around the waist.
Yeah. Oh man. 4 non-blondes, my God. That's I don't even know. I'm sure their album. Here's the thing. I didn't never have that album. I only remember that song. So I'm going to put them in the category of 90s one-hit wonders. But they probably, when they did a couple albums, they probably have some other really good songs.
I mean, brilliant. But you know. That was
look, to even succeed, to even like get signed is already like a miracle, and then to even have one hit song is already winning the lottery.
And to be so successful like that, I mean, even to this day, shout
out to bands that like have multiple years and sometimes decades of success. Like how insane that is.
Totally.
Like, that's crazy when it's already.
It's amazing.
So whenever people whenever I hear the term one hit wonder, I don't think of it as a negative.
I don't either. I've always wanted to do that. I just want one song where it's like it's a hit, and I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. That'd be so amazing. Like, one of my favorites. Here comes a hot step up, word 'em up.
You know, the lyrical gangster, word up. Excuse me, Mr. Officer. Yeah, that's like played all the time.
It's so good.
That's like the only song. Yeah,
it's so good. It's so good.
It's so good. That was from a that song was I initially saw that it was a movie. Wasn't that not called Pret-a-Porter? What was it called? It was like some fashion movie.
Is it something? Yeah.
Whatever. I can't remember. That's too long ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you it sounds like, going back to the OG question, that you do sort of a bit of a character with some of your roles. So
I think once I did the Selena series that was on Netflix.
Yeah.
That was out in March. That was the one where I was like, I'm officially a character actor.
I was just about to ask you that. Would you?
I was like but that was a character actress role, and I did it. That's all I wanted to do. Like, I love character actors. Like, I think it has the most freedom.
Yeah.
You know, and it was hard because NYU and back in the day and stuff, I was lucky enough, I got an agent and all this stuff, even while I was still in NYU, and me and Brian Greenberg and all, and they always would just put me out for the pretty girl, roles, or the best friend, or whatever, and I'm like, you guys don't even know that's not who I am.
Yes.
I'm like, I can do it, but I know what you're seeing in the headshot, and what my manager tells me I have to do because of what he thinks I look like or something. But I'm like, I'm really a goofball.
Yeah, It's so important to have an agent and a manager who understand that about you. An manager is what they're called. Who understand that about you and know that that's what you're about. I'm a character actor, and that's.
But people don't see it. Like I think what's his name? Brad Pitt is a character actor.
Oh, absolutely. He would be naturally labeled as a leading man, but he does.
He's naturally, based on like what he may appear like.
Look at his roles. They're all very charactery if you really break it down.
I'm all for it, and that's really who I've always known to be. I've always been that person, but people, that are in power and that make the decisions, it's up to them and what they see and what they don't see, and you got to go with it if you want to work. But I did a little like happy dance to myself when I finally was like, I feel like I'm a character actor now finally, because I can find. I made that discovery on that because like my hair, everything was just I was just like perfect.
Yeah, and you isn't that great? It's such a great feeling to learn something and discover something about yourself. Like, oh, that's what I am. That's it. That's part of it. Yeah.
Well, and finally being able to just go there and people see it. Like I always knew I was, but no one would ever believe it.
Yeah. Real quick, before we wrap up in a bit, I just want to discuss because I'm in front of a self-tape background, and I think you're the first just straight up actor that I've spoken with on this pod. I don't know why people can't just say the full word podcast, but they call it the pod. I don't know. It sounds a little douchey. But
I like.
How are you? So let me ask you. It's gonna be a multi-part question. One is for those who are listening, everything is self-tapes now for actors and actresses in the age of COVID. Usually you'd go into an audition person to person and callback and whatnot, whatever the process is, meeting with the producers, directors, whatever the steps are, depending on the role and size of the production. But now all initial auditions and sometimes even callbacks are all either self-tapes or Zoom callbacks and whatnot, or some sort of software that they're using. Do you think that that's here to stay? Because I have my own theories about it. And B, how do you feel about self-tapes? Do you like better self-taping or do you like it better in person? I have my opinions, but I want to hear yours.
Well, I always liked going in in person to do the audition, because when you get there, you've already prepared, and then you get in front of the casting director, which is a direct, kind of line and representation of the director and of what they want. So when you're doing the role and auditioning for the role, the casting director would say, okay, tone it down just a little, like we're hoping for it to be really like this, or a quiet moment, or whatever, which you might not know, you need to hear that advice. And then you make your adjustments. You say, oh, okay, I don't have to do it so big. Okay, let me take it in, let me prepare for that, and let me go.
Yeah.
And then they're like, perfect. Great, thank you very much, And then I enjoyed that. Because you have like that live kind of interaction. Whereas I feel just kind of self-tape is just you with the camera reading the material, which you would do anyways before you went into the audition with the person, but now you're just filming yourself. You're literally doing their job, what they would do anyway. But you're not getting any feedback. You're not getting like, oh, I'm going over the top. Like, you can do it different ways. Like, okay, let me do it a little subtle. Let me do the. But you only usually have like two kind of takes to do.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can do different takes,
Yeah.
Like a lot of them. So, and even still, if you do the second take, you don't know if that's even low enough or like taken down enough or whatever they need.
Right.
And you don't get the feedback. So you're just kind of like, hopefully that works.
Yeah, I feel like it's a real noodles against the wall situation where you're kind of just playing a guessing game. And you don't, I mean, for me, and maybe you can relate to this, being, coming from initially theater, even though it's been, a long time since I've done it, I like same reason why I love stand up and I love live performance probably more than anything. I love film as well for different reasons, but I like in person auditions because I like that angst when I walk in and I've got this one fucking moment. You know,
to feel that,
to make it happen, you know, mom spaghetti, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you mom capture spaghetti. It, you know, mom spaghetti. Yeah. And so, you know what I mean? We all know that's an 8 Mile reference. Everybody gets it. But I want that mom spaghetti moment. Like, because that's what gives me the angst and the fuel. It's kind of like, because I'm a horrible procrastinator, I'll wait sometimes to the last minute. But when it's time to write this thing or handle this thing that I have to do that's due right now, I'm on it. I'm hyper focused.
Right.
And what in-person auditions gives me is that hyper focus, which self-tapes, I don't have that. So therefore I have to like warm up and get into some weird kind of zone.
It's just, you know, and then a lot of people saw it. You know, they're like, oh, it's perfect because I don't like to be in front of those people. And I'm like, well, you're not really an actor.
Yeah. And I feel like, because I can do, like I did a self, that's really funny. I did a self-tape.
I'm like, oh, you don't like to be in front of people doing auditions? Okay.
Yeah. You're not really an actor, motherfucker. Yeah, but I did, you know, sometimes I'll just do a few takes. I'm like, oh, I think I just got that. That was perfect. But sometimes, like the last one I literally did like 20 takes, and I was like, I think this one is good.
Right.
I think. Is that my best? And then I'm like, and then I send it, and I'm like, I probably could have done it this way. I know you're gonna obviously second guess yourself after every audition.
Yeah, I mean, we always do, but at least when it was in person auditions,
you got something back.
You get. No, that was awful. Or like, okay, thank you. You know what I mean? Like you at least know.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not good. Or like, okay, I think I fucking nailed that. You know, they laughed, or like, you know, something happened immediately.
You get something. And here's the thing, though, and I think self tapes, no matter what. Well, first of all, it's all here to stay for a while because
it is, and I'm okay with that. Yeah.
But I think the initial rounds, even once COVID is handled, hopefully soon, I think initial rounds are going to stay self tapes because it just makes economical.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, it's just less work for most people too. Correct. They get to stay at home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the second round, I think, will go back eventually to in person, on occasion at least. But I do think first rounds from here on out are now self tapes. So actors need to be. Producers, they better have solid backgrounds if they don't have a white wall at home or something, you know what I mean? So, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening. This is what, you know, it is what it is. And you just, like I said, with longevity, you have to stay up with what's happening, you know, whether you like it or not. You just
you don't have a choice. Yeah.
This is what's going on, and, you know, try to be your best at that thing, you know, like I'm going to try to do the best that I can. I mean, the last couple roles were self-tape for me, and like oddly enough, I got it, but I still don't necessarily feel good about it ever.
Yeah.
I do, and so I'm hoping to do theater again soon when we're allowed. The one woman show is supposed to do it in London, and
oh my gosh.
I know, and then
by the way, theater has to come back, right? Theater, I mean,
oh my god, I mean, we need, like, I don't know, like, we'll figure it out, like, let's figure out how to do it safely, whatever, but like,
I mean, if they can have the fucking Super Bowl, they can figure out theater.
We need it. I mean, what I have been loving is, like, whether it's like Alvin Ailey Dance Company or, you know, theater companies that have been doing like kind of live streaming, and they've, you know, like, and I've watched it and I'm like, this is awesome. I love it. You know, like, it's beautiful. Like, but there's nothing else like live interaction and energy that you feel when they're doing it in, you know, in real time. So tell me real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up in a moment. About this, but so your show might go over to London, or that's the plan. That's the goal. Yeah, well, that was what I was planning on doing back in last March or so, like because I did the Fringe Festival in Hollywood, and then I was up for maybe going to London, and so that was the last thing, and then the COVID thing happened, and so it just kind of like stopped everything.
Congrats on the Fringe Festival, by the way. Just I know it's.
Yeah, and by the way, you know, I would just advise take your time. Just let it, like, if you're writing your own one-man show, like, just be inspired by it. Like, because it led me. It wasn't me, like, I must do this, like, it was just something that I was really inspired to do, like, and it kept calling me, and I just couldn't help it.
Yeah. I want to do it, and maybe you can give me advice on this, because part of what this show is for me that I'm trying to develop the voice of is like trying to navigate life through 2020, through the modern age, the modern digital age, if you will. But I always feel like I'm always doing too much. It's simultaneously not enough. I'm like, oh, I've got this script. Oh, I've got these sketches I want to do. Oh, I've got stand-up I should be doing. Oh, I want to be directing. I want to be acting. I want to podcast. It's like there's, like, you ever feel like there's always just too much to do, yet you're not sort of doing any one specific. I don't know. I feel like that
I can totally relate to that. Like, I totally can relate to that because there's so many things that I have on the burner that I'm like really inspired to do, and then I'm like, oh my god, I want to do this. I've been wanting to do this for years, or whatever. Well, but that's what I was saying about this time is I've been kind of revisiting those things that I just kind of put on the back burner, and I'm just not going to pressure I'm not going to feel like I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm just gonna say, you know what? It's going to live when it's supposed to. Like, I was not expecting this one-woman show to happen when it did. Like, there was no way. I had no plans. I didn't write this for years. I literally wrote it within 6 months.
Wow.
Like, probably less than that, actually.
Wow.
To get ready for the festival. And it just happened because it's like a birth. It's gonna happen now. Nothing you can do about it. So it was like that's what it felt like. It was just, it needs to happen, and I'm doing it. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I knew I needed to do it. It had to happen, and then it's nice to have deadlines. So
it is absolutely.
And then I mean, I'm fine with going to London and continuing it if I need to, but like now I'm also kind of looking at like some of the film projects that I've written over the years, and that are really important to me. So, I'm gonna always just try to stay as creative as possible and just feel good about what I do. As long as you feel good about it and you're like, I like doing this and I enjoy this, that's really why you should keep doing it.
Yeah. I love it.
And not feel bad.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like that's a perfect way to end. You're a very inspiring individual. I know a lot of actors and actresses, and I know a lot of people in the people in the arts field. And look, everyone's got their own trajectory in life, and people have to ultimately do what makes them happy.
Has their own journey,
and good for their soul. Sure. And but you've been with it, I think, the longest, and you're in the trenches, and you're working, and you're making it happen, and you're in it to win it, and in it forever. And I love that, and that's me.
That's it.
So we're very similar in that regard.
We are,
because we have this desire and this need to do that, because that's who we are.
To do what we love. That's really the ultimate. That's it. Like, there's no complications. But
when do you film this amazing indie film? What's the name of the movie again?
It's untitled right now.
Copy that. Okay.
It's a 70s movie.
Yep. And is that just on hold right now because of
probably yeah, it was, but then I'm from my understanding we're going to start to pick up again by the end of the month or the first of next month.
Rock and roll.
So I gotta
break a leg, keep on practicing. Do you have anything you want to plug? Any you want people to follow you on the gram or anything? Go ahead, shout yourself out.
You can, sure. Yeah, you can always follow me on Yvette Saunders. It's YvetteSaunders officially at the Instagrams.
At the Instagrams.
At the Grams. That's and then I'm Yvette Saunders on Twitter. Like, you can officially as well. And then, I have a song called Black Star that's going to be coming out with a music video pretty soon. And I'm really excited about that. So you'll probably... Oh, and my page is YvetteSaunders.com. So you can, figure out what I'm doing through there, too.
For those listening and watching, she's an extremely talented actress, please go check out or go watch In Transition. Just type in Transition Margaret Cho and you'll find it. It's all available on YouTube. I'm looking at the videos right now. I'm gonna binge it. It looks fun. If it's Yvette and Margaret Cho, it's a guaranteed good time. So, seriously, thank you so much for being on the show.
So good to talk to you.
Yeah, I'm going to do my outro real quick. Guys, thank you so much for listening to Let's Hug It Out with Roberto Raad. This is my guest, talented actress, writer, producer, one-woman show, creator, all of this, bassist, musician, Yvette Saunders. Go find her online. I promise you'll be worth it. If you're a casting director from Walking Dead, cast her. What are you doing? The fuck are you doing? If I were your boss, I'd kick you to the curb for not casting this girl. And that's it, guys. Thanks for listening to Let's Hug It Out with Roberto Raad. Please follow us on buzzsprout.com/Let's Hug It Out, blah, blah, blah. Find us on YouTube, on all standard podcast platforms. I mean, guys, we're everywhere. We're Apple, we're Spotify, we're iHeartRadio, we're Stitcher, we're underneath your bed, we're in your closets, we're hiding in the bushes outside your door. We have guns and knives. None of that last part's true, but we're available everywhere is the point. And if you don't find us, I promise we will find you. I don't know why I got so threatening at the end, but that's what happens. It got really, really disturbing near the end. I don't know what happened. Seriously, okay. I want to once again thank you. You're a fabulous human being, and you're one of my favorite people. Love you too. All right, I'm going to say bye-bye. Thank you again. And by the way, you had a cat. I didn't want to disturb you because you were speaking earlier. I didn't want to interrupt you. You had a cat right behind you, and it was so hard for me not to call it out, but I forget what you were deep into, and I was like, God, I really want to interrupt her, but I'm also trying really hard to listen. So I was at a crossroads. I should have just called it out. The cat's gone now, so people watching are like, well, we don't care about that.
Yes, I have a cat.
What's your cat's name?
Sugar.
Sugar. I love that. What are you, Spice? There you go. Thank you. I'll be here all night. All right. Seriously, God bless. Take care.
Mwah.
I will catch you later, and break a leg and keep on slapping the bass.
You as well, honey. Okay, keep doing it. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching Let's Hug It Out podcast with Roberto Raad. Follow us on IG at Let's Hug It Out podcast, and find us on Apple, Spotify, and all podcast platforms everywhere. See you next time. Bye.